One of the best things that you can do for your life is ignore people. One of my biggest mistakes when I was 15 was not ignoring people. Like letting myself be affected by the people's opinions, thoughts, or feelings, or whatever they thought, or like thinking about what they thought or whatever. Learn to ignore people. Like even today, like I was so frustrated with like math. Because I was like, my math teacher reminded us to do the math homework, which honestly, like, it's a good thing that she's like putting a bit of pressure on us to do it, right? But I also have my DELF B1 exams tomorrow, and haven't really prepared for that. And I feel like I honestly feel like I wasted my time doing the math homework instead of actually practicing for DELF, because DELF is more important than math at the moment, and DELF should be the priority, not the freaking math homework. But I didn't ignore her, or like I didn't want her to be mad at me. I didn't want to not try, and I did try. Honestly, I'm not mad at that, but I'm mad at other things. I have this friend. He literally does not care. He literally ignores everyone. He doesn't care whatever you have to say about him. He doesn't care if you're like an authority figure or not, and you scream at him, if you're mad at him, if you think what he's doing is wrong or whatever. Obviously, like there are some like you should like listen to people from time to time, and obviously when it comes to like ethics and stuff, yeah. But if it's something that you know it's not hurting anybody, and it is ethical, like arguably, like for example, my friend would always like not show up when we had tests and try to do it later on, because he was procrastinating, that he wanted to get some time by studying. He didn't want to fail, so he missed it to take another day, right? And like mentors told him to like not do that, because like, oh, it's not fair to the other students or whatever. I don't think that's even true, because life is not fair, and like literally you can argue like, oh, you have more time to study, that's not fair to the other students. Okay, like yeah, but the other students maybe don't have as much responsibility as I do, as that person has, or oh, maybe like the other students like have like private lessons that helps them out, or maybe the other people have like a better teacher private in their private lessons, or like they have a parent, okay, who's a teacher in that subject or whatever. There are a lot of unfair advantages in this world, okay? Like, please, we're gonna talk about one thing right now. It's just insane. Like, honestly, I'm with him. Like, if you want to miss it, whatever. And like a teacher arguing about like, oh, you're putting the teacher in a high position because you're making them like make another test and stuff. Like, okay, make the other test. Obviously, like some other schools have the option to like literally give you a 0 and for you to never even take the test, which is another whole problem. But I'm not here to argue about those things, if that's okay or not. Okay, it's just an example, okay? Not to mention that this guy really just sleeps in class most of the time, but he gets good grades, okay? He gets good grades, he understands the material, and he sleeps in class. Okay? He does whatever is more convenient for him. And obviously it's true, it's like, you shouldn't be sleeping in class, and like, he even told like his parents like he's sleeping in class. His parents were like, okay, okay, we don't really care. He didn't really care. So he just continues to do that, even though he knows it's wrong or whatever. And honestly, props to him. Another thing, for example, my religious teacher, yeah, he always gives us like this dumb assignments to do every single lesson. He used to, at least. And this guy, he would never like do them. You know what he would do? I mean, technically, only one guy would actually do them, and then we would all just copy from him. But this guy took it a step further. He wasn't even gonna bother to take a pen and like write it down, to literally copy. No, he literally like took the paper, the assignment that the other guy completed, took it, went downstairs to like the teacher's lounge, whatever, asked someone to print it a couple of times, and then put his name on top. And like you might be thinking, okay, but like isn't like the teacher like mad or something? No, he did not care. He did not care. And you know what I see? I think that is great. Because first of all, the guy who like does the assignment and stuff, like that's his story, he wants to share it, and whatever. Thank you, we love him, right? But him, like, he did what was easier for him to make his life easier, and he's not hurting anyone. He's really not hurting anyone. He really isn't. What difference does it make if I write it down on a paper and I write my name on it, versus if he copies it and puts it in a printer and then puts his name on top? And I remember after that, I like tried to do that a bit more often. I was like, huh, like literally do whatever is easier for me. And yeah, it worked. But of course, I haven't like I didn't obviously follow that advice for a really long time. It was only a couple of days, like small things or whatever. Okay, my labs. So, but like that, like being efficient, being productive, doing like whatever you think is right and it's more efficient than whatever everyone else is telling you to do. Because like literally, there's another example. Our math lessons at worldwide in like my school, whatever, my class, my country, whatever. In math, we have to write down whatever theorem we're learning in a notebook, right? Copy it from the book into the notebook. Never did that. He was like, that's stupid. And he never did that. He would always just move on to like the exercise and stuff. He's right. He's freaking right. There's no freaking point to do that when you have the freaking book right there. The amount of time that I'm wasting rewriting this thing automatically without even like actually understanding what the heck I'm writing, I could be like reading that thing over and over and over again. And you know what? I did that. I started doing that. I was like, no, I'm not gonna write this bullshit. I'm just gonna read it while everyone else is writing it like 1 to 3 times. And this way, I learned more than the other kids. So freaking simple. And I hate it. I hate it so much because like people teach you the wrong freaking things and then you have to go and learn those stupid things. Like even like you actually always know thinking those things were like stupid, but teachers being like, you should do that, you need to do that, and you just having to do it. Turns out you don't have to do anything in this world. Everything is your choice. Okay? And obviously like whatever choice you make, you have to deal with the consequences, but at the end of the day, we have a choice. And I'm telling you, from time to time, choose to ignore people and to not listen to people and to actually do what you think is more efficient for you. Do what you think is right for you. Do what makes your life easier, as long as it's ethical, it's not hurting anyone, obviously. And with that being said, I need to go. So, thank you for watching. Kisses next time.